That was a lot of fun, learning it and throwing in some of the percussion stuff that was not written in originally, but that's very characteristic of the style for the percussionists to get into it as well. The style of music is an early form of jazz, and with the high school jazz band, this competitive season went very well also for them. And we were at Neva Jazz Festival last weekend, and they did very well. They placed 5th place out of 15 bands, which is much higher than last year, and things are looking up for even next year with only having 2 seniors in our group. So great job, everybody. Before we do our next piece, we're going to use it as a demonstration. And before we do that, we'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight. We cannot do this without the support of you, the CPU community, including our CPU band families, administrators, fellow teachers, and the CPU music parents. Over 75% of the band's operating expenses come from the CPU music boosters and student participation fees. This includes purchasing music, festival entry fees, equipment, the instrument repairs, and piano tuning. Over 90% of the instrument purchases come from the music boosters. Color instruments such as piccolos, bass clarinets, bassoons, French horns, rotary valve tubas, and the full percussion section allow for young musicians like ours to perform some of the most advanced wind band literature. The high school band will now demonstrate our continued need for your support by performing on student-owned instruments only, without any school-owned instruments. You notice they stood up. Those are performance chairs specifically made for musicians. They're not just folding chairs. And we could have taken away the music stand, but we didn't. Now they'll play the full-length Incredibles in its entirety. You'll notice that all the wind players will also sit. We will add our piccolos, bassoons, French horns, rotary valve tubas, and the percussion section. If you wish to contribute financially to the CPU band program, there are a number of ways to do this. Write a check made out to CPU bands and give it to Sammy Master. She was out there earlier today out in the Commons, or to one of us. Cash donations are also accepted. Again, give those to Mrs. Massner this evening or to one of us. And finally, you can make a charitable donation of investment funds, which has been done, to the CPU bands. And it's tax season, so it might help you. Please contact us or Christy Ganway in the district office for more details. Thank you. And now the Incredibles.
Mr. Winterhoff. Hi, Mr. Winterhoff. Come in the gym. I don't know if you are all aware, but Mr. Winterhoff is going to be retiring this year at the end of this school year, and we're all very, very sad about that. So we have a little surprise for you. Mr. Winterhoff I've been teaching for about 20-some years, and Mr. Winterhoff has definitely been one of my favorite administrators to have. He's so supportive of the fine arts. And like one of my favorite things that Brent has always done is he's aware of what we're doing outside of his building. And either he'll say to us the following week, like, oh, I saw this on Facebook, or so-and-so said this. Or if he doesn't know, he just knows that we had something and he'll ask. He always asks, how did this go? How did that go? And
Yesterday.
yeah, he said it today to us about yesterday. How did it go yesterday? So he's always been very caring. He's been one of the few administrators that can tell me no. Dan said, even I can do it. So, and it's just because I have a lot of respect for you as administrator. He's always been very fair, and we're just really appreciative of that. And this is just a little bit of fun tonight that we're having, because this is kind of a to be continued later. Yeah. You can't come to the May class. Well, that's okay. Not that Sheila, did you hear that? Sheila's sitting up there. You can't make, well, but I think you mean, oh, I thought it was, yeah, I see that every concert, absolutely. Okay, so Mr. Winterhoff used to play French horn in the concert band when he was in high school, and he played trumpet and jazz band, right? And a couple years ago, some of you might remember when we did the finale here, he played along. He played with us, which was really cool. He didn't feel real confident about it, but he just had a really good heart about it and did it anyways. So we did a little digging and we did a little research about what maybe your favorite pep tune was, and we're gonna play it for you. I can tell you what it is. So you can have a seat and enjoy it. But if you feel, if it's so moves you to come up here and dance. Do you know what it is?
Well, I think some of my favorite songs.
What do you think?
Theme from Hawaii Five-O.